Welcome. I'm Andres Betancourt. My group is composed by myself, Alejandro Oliva, and Juan Pablo, and we are going to talk about the application of the money consumed in that application. We talk about a hypothetical case about 18 years old adolescent that is going to an university in London that it isn't that his home, his natural home, and we have to decide what are gonna be his consumes of money in his stay in London, and why that consumes of money are the most efficient ones. Also, there are some questions after that we are going to answer, and that's it. As the first consume that the 18 years old uh, the 18 years old man has to do is uh, the living place, the home, the house, the well, you know. As we are talking about the terms of efficiency, uh, it obviously uh, is gonna be the one that you live with some relatives or familiars in London, because it's only cheap, and also the relatives are gonna pay some of your necessities as food or another consumes or like electricity or gas.
Okay, so after deciding where to live, uh, because of the amount of money you are going to be spending in that place, uh, we need to select the forms of leisure during the month we are going to live there, and how are we going to spend it. Uh, Here we wanted to get some sort of balance between the amount of fun you get with yourself and the amount of fun you can get with others, prioritizing, of course, the personal enjoyment of the person and like the amount of money that you'll be spending in that action specifically. So, in our opinion, it must be divided in two parts. Principally, practically, uh, going out with friends, because social interaction in these times, specifically in a place away from your, well, what you could call home, it's important to be related with other people, specifically to those who are friends of yours and have some sort of common goal. And the other will be like working out on the gym of university. Why? Well, this is actually pretty nice. It's cheap in the, well, it's practically free, literally free in this situation. And it helps not only the physical aspect of the person, but the moral aspect of the person. Well, not moral, but emotional, up to the point that it can change drastically the attitude of the person and can help them overcome things that come over the time.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Leiva, and I'm going to answer the question number 3. That say, what else will you spend your money on each month? And I choose that utility bills, that is water, electricity, and gas, and the food, drink, and housekeeping. And why? I think that this choice is important because these items or objects that I will pay, it's so basic and is a part of the basic life or live in a house or a different country that you going to live, or and university apartments, and I think that this is the objects that I need to pay.
Okay, now that we have that cleared up, we got to discuss the questions that we had according to the video. Okay, so why should teenagers think about budgeting? Well, it's important as a teenager, specifically in this situation that was given to us, because we are not in our home, we are not in our country, we are not in the place we are most familiar with. Here, we don't have that much of money to spend, so we get to look out for ourselves and how are we going to be spending it. Why? Because when you are at your home, at your place, with your friends and your family, you can pretty much look for everything you want and spend the money you have with yourself, with those direct things that you want in that moment. Because you're most likely going to make that money back in no time, or you're going to get a share of your friends or your parents. But this is not the case. In this place, in the economical aspect, you are alone. And that means that all the money you are getting per month, you got to distribute specifically in a way that satisfies your personal necessities. I'm not saying that it's bad to spend the money in things that you don't actually need, but you need to actually take in count the amount of money you have to spend and what are you spending on. Because let's say you only have $100 in your hand this time and you are going to eat, you won't be spending all the money in the food you are going to eat, because you most likely need to buy, I don't know, like transportation to your house, or by doing some things afterwards. What I'm trying to say is, this is important because you need to know where are your money going to. You need to spend it in a way that it's smart and not only thinking in the moment you are living. You need to think on the future and whether it's better to spend the money on.
As the second question, they try us to answer. What are the top tips for avoiding debt? Well, in my opinion, I think that first of all, as the biggest source of debt is obviously the bank, people should keep in mind that this place is going to try to take advantage of its innocence. So the best advice is to know the subject, experiment, and know the environment before of getting caught. This obviously declares that someone has to be less confident in the company and have in their minds that they are going to try take your money away. Obviously, as a second tip, the responsibility of expenses is necessary because, well, if you don't have money or if you expend too much, well, you get with no money to pay anything.
And I going to answer the question that say why is it important to keep a record of what you spend each month. I think that this is important because you need or you should have paper or notes the cost for that money you spend or on everything in everything, and you need to have these notes because in the future you need to have these notes too. see what or which is you spend the money, or what objects you pay for that, or this something.